real cases before a real judge.
Plaintiff Dana Sloman says after she started dating the defendant, she discovered he was addicted to sleeping pills. Dana says the defendant almost died after crashing his car while high on drugs, and she's suing him today for a car loan. Defendant Jonathan Lieberman says Dana is the meanest person he's ever met, and while they were dating, she literally made him pay her for sex. Jonathan refuses to repay Dana because she paid off the car loan without his authorization or knowledge.
Tell me what's going on.
Okay, well, I moved down to New York City in the summer of 2006, where I met Jonathan Lieberman through a friend. He was the first guy that I met, and he made me feel very welcomed and comfortable, and we hit it off. You know, I fell for him, but I soon realized that he did have an addiction to pain medication, sleep medication.
That is completely false.
All right, good enough.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Well, that is the truth in my eyes.
Tell me how you know.
I know because I saw him take the pills.
Any medication I took was prescribed to me by a doctor.
But he abused his medication.
How do you know?
His eyes, he would fall asleep when we were out. We would go out to the bars in Manhattan and he would fall asleep.
Right.
When he's on his medication that was prescribed by a doctor.
Right. Well, he took too much of it, that it was affecting his life. He couldn't hold down a steady job. He was irresponsible. He kept saying he was going to move out of his parents' house, that he was, you know.
What job did I lose?
He had a couple jobs that he could not keep.
Okay, do you believe he's still addicted?
Yes, I do. Okay. Yes, I do. I believe he abuses the pain medication.
All right.
Yes.
Go ahead.
You haven't seen me in 2 years.
But I hear you on the phone.
And I'll let you respond. Go ahead.
Okay.
So you all dated, and then you began to see signs of addiction. Then what?
Then he made promises that he would change and that, you know, that we could be happy together and that he would get his life together, and it never did.
Sir, do you want to give me some background?
Yeah, this is funny. Just listening. Sorry. Mm-hmm. She was probably the meanest girl I've ever dated.
Oh.
It's
maybe
hilarious.
I was mean because
he used to make me pay for sex. That's the truth.
Well, you weren't dating, sir. You were tricking. Yeah, if you're paying for sex, you're tricking.
You're right. You're completely right. I was an idiot. I could have got a lot better for the money I was paying.
He told me, I will give you money if I can see you.
Excuse me.
If I can see you, I will start
so
to pay you.
So you're saying I never paid you for sex?
You never pay me for sex.
Okay.
Well, you still
now
owe her.
Also, the only time what?
I said, well, you still owe her. She said she never got her money. That means you still owe. Go ahead.
And the only time she was nice to me is when she smoked pot, which was basically on a nightly basis. And you would co-sign an loan with someone who's a drug addict.
Oh, okay.
We'll get to that. You say she was very mean. How so? Other than she made you pay. And why would
she would put me down in general. The first thing she said to me, she got into my car for our first date and said, "Wow, your car is really ghetto."
What type of car was it?
It was like a Chrysler Cirrus. It wasn't anything great, but it wasn't
Chrysler
horrible.
Cirrus.
But it was only a Chrysler Cirrus. It wasn't good enough.
No.
No.
We don't drive those in the ghetto.
No. Exactly.
At least the ghetto I grew up in, and the ghetto I still go back to, don't drive those.
I mean,
so she couldn't have met that.
Exactly. She was probably the meanest girl I've ever dated.
Okay, maybe I was mean because
he used to make me pay for sex. That's the truth. No. So you're saying I never paid you for sex?
You never pay me for sex.
Okay.
Well, you still owe.
Also, the only time what?
She said she never got her money. That means you still owe.
Plaintiff Dana Sloman is suing her ex-boyfriend, who claims Dana is so mean that she literally made him pay her for sex.
You say she was very mean. How so?
Everybody knows she's mean. It's not just me. We were talking the other day. She goes, "Oh, you remind me of my. I always tell my boyfriend he reminds me of you because he calls me evil too."
Oh, okay.
Okay. Do people call you evil?
No. People do not call me evil. I work in a special education school.
You didn't say that to me. You didn't say that to me.
Quiet, sir. She's getting a little heated up now.
I work in a special education school. I work with children. I'm not an evil person.
That makes you
I'm a good person. Okay. I care about people.
You always used to complain about your job.
Maybe I'm not nice to the people that I don't particularly like.
Okay.
Or the people that
How long were you all together?
We were together about 2 years.
When did you turn
2
on
years,
him?
and I was a drug
I
addict.
turned on
for 2
him
years.
when I got a call from the bank saying that there had been no payment on that loan.
Okay, on the loan that you're suing him about.
Yes.
Tell me about this loan.
Okay, so I co-signed on a loan with him for a car.
When?
It was October of 2006.
All right.
It was shortly after we began
You didn't
dating.
know he was a dope fiend by then.
Well, he
Oh, no,
smoked,
yeah,
what
right?
you believe
he
I was
smoked a
dope
lot
fiend.
of pot, and that is why he crashed his car, because he was so high in sleep medication the night before.
Before you helped him get the new one.
Well, he crashed a car and he needed a new car.
Okay, so I'm like him now. Why would you co-sign
I'll tell
and
you
put
why.
your name up
Right.
for a man who is a known dope fiend in your
Yes, a known dope fiend.
estimation?
Okay, so I'll tell you
Who
why.
crashed it on dope?
Okay.
Go ahead, tell me
Okay,
why.
when I co-signed, I didn't know the extent of his addiction. Like I said, he smoked a lot
How
of
long were we going
pot.
out for by then?
But you did know that he crashed his car under the
Right.
influence.
Okay.
That's not
and,
true at
and
all.
you know why is because that is true. Because I cared, and no one else was there for him to support him, and I was there
Okay,
for
when
him
did you stop caring?
when there was no loan being paid on
All right.
the car.
And when did you all break up?
Around the summer of 2008, when I got a call from the bank.
Oh, you all broke up over that? Just curious.
It was the final straw.
All right. What were the other straws? What was he doing?
Just from the minute I met him, pretty much, he was
The drug addiction.
the drug,
Okay.
irresponsible,
Okay.
promises that he never kept, saying that he.
The man said you were so mean you may have driven him to drugs.
I
No,
wasn't.
that didn't
No.
have anything to do
No.
with it. Let's get to him. Sir, she says that she co-signed for you. Let's
Yes.
get that fact
Because I got
established.
into
She
an
did?
accident. I didn't crash my car.
What happened? Tell me.
Nothing. Someone sideswiped me, actually.
Okay. Is
Okay.
that true?
No, it's not.
What
It's
do you
not.
say happened?
I should have
I
brought
know
the- I
exactly
wish I
what
brought the accident
happened.
report.
He
Okay.
got up early that morning and he had taken too much sleep medication the night before and he almost died. He almost died and I was there by his side from that accident. He literally got out of his driveway and he crashed on that corner.
I almost died.
And he did. I was by his side. I cared about him. No one else, his parents were mean to him. No one else was there for him, and I was there for him.
Yeah,
Okay.
they were really nice.
All right. So what happened?
So
He
when
failed to pay when?
well, I got a call in the summer of '08 from Capital One saying that no one had been paying in this loan. Now, mind you, when I co-signed, he told me I would never have to worry about it again. I just need your signature and no one else will co-sign with me. I just need your signature. Do not tell your parents. Do not tell anyone. No one obviously didn't, trust him. And after that, nothing was talked about. I just assumed the loan was being paid off and we never talked about it until I got that phone call and I called him. I said, Jonathan, what's been going on? No one's been paying this loan? Oh, I have no idea. I thought my mom was paying it. Those are his exact words. Well, supposedly his mom had stopped paying it in January of that year of 2008. So after I got that phone call, the next year of my life was very hard. My credit was very badly affected. Every single month, I'd be at my job. And every single month I would be on the phone with him. Jonathan, did you pay this month? Did you pay this month? I'm going to. Promise, I promise. Never did. I have a document, a MoneyGram from Walmart in December of 08. 12/29/08, because I did not want the car to get repossessed. The bank threatened that the car was going to repossess, and
How much is this for?
that was a
300?
regular car payment.
All right.
Because I did not want the car to get repossessed, so I was holding the bank as much as I
Do you have
could.
any evidence that he owed $4,200 though?
I have a letter from the bank that it was settled.
Let's see it. Settled as in you paid?
As
He paid?
when I
Who
paid. I paid a year later, and then I have in my
All right,
Citibank
now you're
account.
suing him for reimbursement of the
Yep.
payment that
And this
you
is
made on his behalf.
Yes.
All right.
And this
sir?
is my Citibank.
All right. Sir, what do you want to say to this?
Oh, I want to say the truth. What happened is when this came to a head, she did get a phone call to home saying, I was late on payments. And I couldn't afford it at the time. It was too expensive a loan. My mom was helping me out. Basically, at the time I was at work. I remember the day came to a head. I was at work trying to iron out a new payment plan with Capital One, because they don't like to lose cars. They like to keep the loans. So I'm trying to iron out a new payment plan. For some reason at work, one reason or another, I had to get off the phone at the time. I said I'd call back in half an hour. I get a phone call from Dana, about half an hour later, before I got a chance to call back Capital One and iron out the final details, saying, "Oh, my parents paid the $4,200. You owe them $4,200." Instead of me ironing out a payment plan that I can afford, her parents just went. She did not pay. Her parents paid the $4,200.
Were you gonna iron out her credit? Were you gonna iron out her credit too?
She didn't. Her credit score didn't go down. They paid it off.
Did you pay on time every month, sir? Did you pay on time every month?
Obviously not. I know. I'm asking.
Plaintiff Dana Sloman is suing her ex-boyfriend, who claims Dana is so mean that she literally made him pay her for sex.
Did you pay on time every month?
When the loan started, I was paying it on time.
Only when it started, but you did
and then I
fail
started
to
not
pay
being able to afford it.
Okay,
she co-signed on it.
So I promise you, if you were delinquent on payments, it hurt her credit, sir. And whatever you're talking about today, if it was in her name, she incurred the liability. $4,200 is the liability you caused her to incur because you breached the contract.
But there was no promissory note saying I had to pay her back. I have 2 statements here. A proof of insurance in her name.
Well, of course they're in my name.
The registration in her name, not mine.
So, you don't think you ever owed?
No, it's an unfortunate situation. Did I? No, of course I didn't want her to owe $4,200. I want her to pay $4,200 or owe any money.
Who do you think should owe the car company?
The person. I mean, so the car company has to get the money from somewhere.
Right.
I don't have $4,200 to pay.
Oh, so because you don't have it,
my parents don't.
Because you don't have it, somebody else owes.
That's the way co-signing works. It's a terrible thing.
Okay, that's the way you think it operates. Let me tell you how it really operates. You are the one that was to pay. Mm-hmm. If she has to pay because you breached, she can sue you after she pays, which is exactly what happened. $4,200 is the judgment. Have a good day.
It was an unfortunate situation, and I wish it never happened, and I wish you nothing but the best.
Thank you. You're a good person, and I didn't mean to humiliate you or anything.
All right.